Hi and welcome to the Moderna brand board walkthrough. When you get your pre-made brand, there's going to be a link that directs you to the brand board, and this is what it looks like. So why do you want to use a brand board? This is a great place to keep all of your assets in one place. And it is so beneficial for so many reasons, but a few off the top of my head are for you so that you can have your brand at a glance. If you ever are working with a designer outside of Canva and you need to get them on board quickly with how your brand looks and what the tone is with the imagery, your fonts, your icons, your colors, the primary, secondary, and submarks, this is a great document to just send on over. When you have new team members join your team, this is a great asset to hand over to them so that they know they have a quick overview of what your brand looks like. Photographers, when you go to a photo shoot for you and your team, it is so important that your colors in the photos resonate with your brand, meaning they match. So if you hand this off to a photographer, he or she will know what tone, what color, what vibe you're going for, especially if you include really poignant images that are relevant to your brand. Having this asset is amazing to hand off to so many people. So it's just really good to get this out of the way before you start handing off your logo and using it. So how are you going to use this brand board? When you're done designing, so I'm going to head over to the Moderna Black, and when I've finished with this, what I'm going to do is make sure that this canvas is selected and then hit Command A on my keyboard, which I think on a PC is Control A. And then once everything is selected, I'm going to right click, copy, head back over to my brand board, and then right click, paste, and that will bring it directly in here. Then you're going to have to resize it, fit it into this space, and you do the same for your secondary logo, for your submarks, place them here, and then change the colors of your color palette. So if you've done that directly in your brand board, all you have to do is select the color and then head over to the color palette and then change the hex code here. And it is as simple as that. You can do the same with your icons and just bring them in here. If you decided to change them, if you're keeping them the same, then they're all good to go. Your fonts are going to be here, and you just select it and then change it to whatever font you're using. And for the photos, you can just head over to Photos here and select photos that work for your brand. So if you're not quite sure what those are, type in things that you know resonate with your brand. So are your photos dark and moody, or are they light and airy? If they're light and airy, then I would say modern white living room, and then see what comes out. And then choose rooms that you think represent your clientele, your company, your brand, everything. And then choose one of those, bring it into the frame, and then you can double click on it and adjust it so it's just showing the part of the room that you want it to show. Maybe you really like those steps and you want those to show. You can also look up patterns and choose ones that resonate with your brand. So if you want a certain tone for the pattern, you can do that. You can look up architecture and look up different places that might really resonate with your brand. The imagery is important because when you hand this off to a new team member or especially a photographer, it really does set the scene, set the tone for who you are, what your team represents, who your clientele is. And why that's important is because who you're trying to attract matters with how you represent yourself. We all know this. So pay close attention to the imagery and make sure that it really does represent your brand. You can always, if you want to do this for every color that you've created, you can absolutely do that. So instead of just having all black here or the color that you've chosen for your logo, you can go to File and hit Make a Copy, and that will duplicate this on your home page. And then you can go ahead and make multiple brand boards depending on what color you want to use or for the purpose of the project that you're going to be doing. So that is it for the brand board. You can type in your website down here, and when you are ready to share it, you can share it as a PDF print ready file or a PNG file. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and if you need any more help, head on over to 4thstreetcreative.com/tutorials for our large resource library. Happy designing!